Are you still with me after all that? Well, I'm here today to talk about book collecting, the acquiring of books, keeping them, and the condition you keep them in. I'm gonna put a disclaimer at the end here because I can see people commenting this. If you intend on reselling the book, that's a whole other issue. I see the benefit of keeping them in good condition in order to sell them again, but for me this is about the collecting and keeping of books. Do you prefer your books in pristine condition, or do you like your books to look well read? For me, that boils down to one question. Who do you respect more? The author and their ideas, or the publisher and their product? I'm not saying one has more merit than the other. Some books can be really beautiful to look at and displayed. So I'm going to display my controversial opinions here. Certain trendy complaints about the physicality of books, like stickers or movie tie-in covers or just ugly covers in general, annoy me. People who complain about stickers and movie poster covers are coming from a place of privilege. They can avoid these markers that often come with a discount in favor of, say, purchasing a collector's edition. They aren't getting the classic book that has the discount unremovable sticker with the ugly cover that's only $6. They're spending the $28 to $40 on the Penguin cloth-bound editions, even though the contents of the books are ultimately the same, and it doesn't matter because the authors aren't allowed to collect royalties anyways. Or there's even, this astounded me when I first heard this, that there are people who buy 2 copies of a book, one to display and one to read, and I just jaw dropped. Like, first of all, where are you keeping all these books? No wonder why you don't have room on your bookshelves, because you got 2 sets of everything. And secondly, like, how can you afford that? How can you justify, not even afford it, even if you can't afford it, how can you justify the cost of buying 2 of the same book knowingly? I don't know. I can't. Call me cheap. I just can't understand it. I buy at least 90% of my books used. So for me, when I see the title, I really don't look at the condition, because I don't know when I'll be seeing that book again for that price, and I can't afford to be picky. Through me, as a working class chum, I can only afford books for their ideas and not for their physical beauty, unless I happen to get lucky in a thrift store. And yes, if you follow me on social media, you know that I recently did splurge. I spent $72 on an out-of-print graphic novel. That book has a sticker on it. It's used. It's rough around the edges. I think it might have been a library discard at one point. And I'm gonna leave that sticker on. And I'm gonna be fine with it being a little ratty looking, because that sticker is a part of its journey and it marks it as unique. You know, for me, a book should acquire marks and stickers and broken spines, and because it shows that the book has been read and it gives the physical object's personality. For me, I know personally, I'd rather have color and personality in my furniture instead of that same white, pristine IKEA couch that I see on all those apartment tours. Like, as soon as I see that in the thumbnail, I'm like, skip. You have no personality. Your place has no personality. I don't want to watch you. And for me, books are furniture and decoration. It's the first thing you see when you walk into my place. And I feel like my books make an impact, and they actually invite you to look closer because they aren't all clean or lined up or, you know, organized by publisher or whatever. They're inviting you to see the details. I like my books to look like me. You know, I'm far from in pristine condition. I have scars and tattoos and blemishes because I've lived my life instead of trying to stay, you know, in pristine condition. And books are just material objects. You gotta face it, they're not gonna last forever. If you just leave them on a shelf, they're gonna be damaged in some way. They're going to fade in the sunlight. They're going to warp in the humidity. The oils in your skin are going to affect the integrity of the pages. They're subject to wear and tear just based on the fact that they are a physical object. So why then is breaking the spine such a big deal, especially if it makes it easier to read? This aesthetic perfectionism with personal belongings or yourself is a depressing situation to me. It's a depressing obsession. And letting go of the annoyance of stickers or not breaking the spine or not having your series covers match or having stretch marks or scars on your person of being perfect, it's actually really cathartic to let that all go. And keeping them in pristine condition isn't even loving the things. You know, if you think of a teddy bear that's sitting in a corner in pristine condition, it makes me feel bad. Because it hasn't been hugged or cuddled, it's lonely and it hasn't fulfilled its purpose, the point of its existence, to offer joy and companionship and comfort, much like a book. Reverence for the material object over the engagement of ideas within it leads to a decay in intelligence and reverence for objects instead of for ideas. The physical aspect of the book to me is perishable. It's what inside that lasts, that we carry with us even when we are done with the physical objects. Reading is sacred, books aren't. They're just things.